just going to kind of do a part two. So if you weren't here last night, I talked about a healing train, and I'm not going to go and revisit those stuff because I want to bring some new information to you if you're to put if God was to get you on board a train to better health. But again, for us that are feeling that we are healthy, then we do need to listen, because the people that we deal with in our congregations or in our relationships may not be healthy. And so information is not just for us, it's for us so that we'll be in a position to be able to share with other people. And yes, with all our power, we believe in the sovereign, miraculous, instantaneous power of healing to do whatever. But sometimes it's like my story. My story took 3.5 to 4 years before I felt no pain in my body. And we know the Bible enough to know that God does instantly heal, but he also heals through a process called recovery. They shall lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. And everybody's story and journey is just a little bit different. And so that's where I come from, is more of the story of the journey that it took in the recovery process within my healing. So I think they have a few pictures. If not, do they have them? Just some pictures. This is our property, our church property. It's a word called permaculture, which means agriculture in an ecosystem that becomes self-sustaining. And that would really be awesome for every one of us that have church locations or properties to become permaculture, which basically means we have bees and we're creating our own honey. Now remember, food is wonderful and it has a taste of itself, but you put a lot of sauces and sugars and salts on it and you don't appreciate it anymore. And please understand that you can have an alternative to anything that's good. Instead of white sugar and refined sugar, you just put maple syrup. God loves maple syrup. He created it from a tree. It comes out free. And honeys, and like we have here, and beautiful honey makes sugar. Sweeteners. So we have a permaculture. We have our own vegetable gardens. This fall, we are putting in our greenhouse. We are putting in a goat farm to produce our own goat milk. Now, how many of you know when God created a goat, he didn't create a pasturing system on that goat to deliver it? So it's unpasteurized milk the way God created it. And again, so many people get scared about the germs and the bacterias, and that's just to control. And you have a bunch of living organisms living in your tummy right now. And if you saw it, you'd say, ugh, that's good. They're alive because they eat up all the bacteria. And so we need to keep them healthy by creating good food. So we've created this ecosystem that will now become a marketplace ministry where we'll be able to sell products and other things to the community or whatever. But it's just something to consider as you're growing and hearing more information along the lines of health. So let me just share a few thoughts with you. Number one, I meant to say it last night. They talk about the top suicide rates of vocations. Ministers right now rank 16. So that's telling you the pressure and the stress that we are living in today. According to Dr. Henry Clow, who's one of the foremost psychologists who works with ministers, 80% of ministers do not feel that they have a confidant that they could be absolutely transparent with and share their deepest struggles with right now. All that is being internalized, and what you hold in within you eventually has to manifest itself one way or another. Japanese women have a 6 times less breast cancer rate than a Western diet of American women. It's really our Western diet that's killing us. It's our Western diet that's killing us. And so if you get a Japanese woman and you move her over here who has a 6 less chance to have breast cancer in her native land and move her over here, she has an equal chance to get breast cancer like any American women. So diet in Western is really killing a lot of individuals. So let me just share just a few thoughts with you today with some new information that I think will help you. So many people say this, well, Diego, why is this health stuff and this eating stuff and diet and nutrition so important? Because I remember my Aunt Edna. She lived to be 102 years old, and she ate all kinds of stuff. Well, number one, you aren't Aunt Edna. Every one of you are different. Your personalities, how you interpret things, your immune system. Number two, Aunt Edna did not have one of these. She did not live her life in front of this. Social media, stress. And Edna did not have all the pollution that existed back then. And Edna's dirt was good soil that had not been overpopulated to take out all the nutrition out of it. So we live in a whole different world today, so you can't always use someone else's story as an excuse for your story. Number two, the body wants to heal itself. God created our bodies to heal itself. Watch this. If I cut myself right now, 3 weeks from now, you'll see it heal it. Who healed it? Jesus ultimately, but he created my body to heal itself. So your body wants to heal itself. You, again, through last night, have to bring it the right fuel. So when you put GMO and you put processed foods and you put, I don't mean to make fun, sodas and potato chips and all that kind of stuff, it goes into your body and your body says, what the heck is that? How am I supposed to break that down to good fuel? And so your body doesn't know what to do. Now, again, through Western diets, we don't know moderation. So you say, Diego, I'm not going to be like you. I'm not going to do everything that you do. I'm fine with that. But then you got to live a life of moderation. I don't have a problem. I'm not advocating it. I should be an expert now in what I'm teaching because Tamala told me I'm an expert. But I'm not, because I'm not going to get sued by you. But anyways. But moderation is okay. If you want to have some coffee, it's moderation. Just understand that. But again, I would prefer that you live as clean and as whole and as organic and as raw as possible, knowing that you have so many other toxins and so much other stress as ministers that you are facing in life. I want you to recognize, again, if the devil's going to try everything in his power to take you out, why don't you do everything in your power to live and to win? I want you to recognize the next thought is this. My faith and my theology and my belief is not predicated on me understanding everything in life. So I don't know why I got cancer stage 4, but it's okay. My theology and my faith and my belief is not being able to understand everything, but I do know that God is a good God. But so many people get caught up in the unexpected and why did it happen? And sometimes you just need to let those things go. Next, you need to recognize that once you begin to change, I see people, they detoxify, they get off stuff, and their body goes haywire. It's trying to adjust. It's trying to readjust. So it's going to start flushing out all kinds of stuff, and you are going to feel terrible. But it's okay. You're going to turn the corner, and you get worse before you get better. There's a great story of the blind man where Jesus had to lay hands on him twice. Why did he have to lay hands on him twice? Isn't Jesus one touch enough? But he laid his hands on him twice. He took him out of the town. Why didn't he heal him in the midst of the town? Why did he have to take him out of the town? But then after he healed him, he told him, you can't go back into your town. You can go back to the house, but don't go back into that town. And so many people gain victory. God does a miracle. God does a healing. And they go back into their town. And if you go back to your former lifestyle after you made the changes, you're going to lose your victory. So some places I just can't go back to. And that a lot is based upon your personality. If you have an addictive personality and you're a driven personality and all that, then you have to really guard yourself in certain things. So let me give you a few more thoughts here in relationship. Here in Western America, we oftentimes live to eat rather than eat to live. Two different aspects of how to live, okay? So here are some points I want to give you. Number one is this. If you're going to see health in your life, you have to build a dream team. You have to build a dream team around you of supporters and encouragers, because you can't do it alone. Ecclesiastes says 2 are better than 1. So I'm going to tell you how I got my healing, how God brought me through the journey. I built a team around me. I built a team around me. I had the prayer warriors, I had encouragers, I had people to keep me on a diet, people that watched over me. So in life, we need a team around us, and you can't do it alone. Rock was a big team. Pastor Jim and Deborah were a big part of my life. So you always need to have a team around you. Number two, when it comes to the story that I lived through, recovery is a process. It's a process. So the thought is this: you didn't get sick overnight, so don't think that your body is going to get healed overnight. Some of us have neglected our bodies for years. So we try a regimen, we change a lifestyle, and we do something, and we do it for 3 to 6 months, and we say it didn't work, so it must not be right, and we get rid of it. And healing is a process, and it takes time. And my mind said this: if my body allowed me to get sick, then could not my body allow me to get healed? And so that's a mentality that you need to have, is that sometimes you just need to wait through it. The third thing is this: you have to be honorable. You have to fight the good fight of faith. You know, you just got to keep kicking. I don't care. You can't live by excuses. Again, it's too hard. I just bite down on the bullet. I drew from strengths in other aspects of my life of being able to succeed and accomplish. And for me, it was an athletic background. For you, it might be a military background. For you, it might be the hardships of what you went through as a child. But you survived it. You overcame it. And you got to draw on all that energy and all that testimony and the history and the experience and the testimony that God gave you back then and push it into this thing. But you just got to be ornery. You just got to be ornery. Every day I'd cuss at the devil. Every day I'd cuss at the devil because of what he was making me feel like. I'd always say, you know, you foul, bull-jiving, lying devil, in the name of Jesus, I'm going to live and not die. And one day I'm going to have a testimony, and I'm going to be able to bless people, and God's going to use you. You just got to be tough. You can't just lay down. You got to fight. You got to kick. And again, I couldn't run, but I could walk. And if I couldn't walk, I was going to crawl. And if I couldn't crawl, I was going to roll. And if I couldn't roll, I'd do something. But I wouldn't let the disease, I wouldn't let the sickness, I wouldn't let the mentality keep me down. I wouldn't have a pity party. Oh, woe is me. I'm the only one. So what I did is I found people that were in worse than me, and I prayed for them. How stupid is that? I was laying hands on them, believing for a miracle, because I believe that what you sow, you reap. And I didn't want to be so focused on my hurt and my pain. I wanted to think about somebody else. So here were some of the things. Don't hang around death, and don't hang around sad stuff and anything that's going to depress you. So I would disengage very quickly. When you're going through a battle, you have to monitor everything that's around you. You cannot subject yourself to things that are going to draw you down. So again, if I watched a movie and I saw death in it, I'd leave it. I'd walk out of a theater, I'd turn off the TV, I'd go in my backyard, I'd turn off the radio, whatever it was. At that point, all those other things didn't matter to me. All that mattered was getting my health and my healing together. So you can't, again, Frederico, my gardener, would come over and say, Frederico, I don't want no dead plants in this garden. There's no death. I don't want to be around death. I don't want death on my property. So if there's a dead plant, pull it out of the ground, Federico. Sometimes he couldn't get there because it died on Monday and he just came on the Saturday. So I'd pull it out of the ground and throw it there and say, I don't want no death around me. But that's what you got to do. You can't get comfortable around, negativity and death and losses, and it's not working and it's too hard. Visualize what you want to be. That was huge for me. I saw myself riding my bike again. I saw myself running again. I saw myself back in the pulpit again. I saw myself seeing my grandchildren. I saw myself walking my grandchildren out. I bought brand new pair of running shoes, brand new in the box, kept them in front of me. I put on all my biking stuff. It took all the energy just to put on clothes, put on the biking stuff. Told my wife, take a picture of me, and then took off my biking stuff, hung the bike up, and went back into the house and recovered from doing that. So you have to visualize yourself, how God's going to use you, that your life's not over. Remember your best memories. Remember your best stories. Get your wedding dress out and look at that, or maybe that's a nightmare, but moving right along. Be disciplined. To have a testimony like this, you got to be very, very disciplined. You've got to put feelings aside. You've got to power through it. I remember I had a Western diet. I love my cheeseburgers. My favorite meal was pastrami's. From this area has a place called The Hat, and I'd have some chili cheese fries on Fridays and a big old pastrami. I love my pizza. I love my pastas. And so when I began to change my diet and they put salad in front of me, I never ate salads. I hardly ever ate vegetables. And they put that in front of me. God's truth. I cried and I wept. I said, how am I going to live off of that thing? I'm telling you, it took me 2 hours to finish that salad because it tasted terrible. But I powered through it, and I just had to be disciplined. I had to be disciplined. I had to put my emotions and my feelings in the right place and said, Diego, do you want to get better? Then do it. Do what you got to do. So I would discipline myself when to wake up, discipline myself when to go to bed, discipline myself on what I could do and what I couldn't do. So my life consisted of drinking over 140 ounces. So I'd have to drink like 32 ounces of coconut water, and that was filled with probiotics to clean my gut out. 24 ounces of aloe vera juice, because aloe vera has its healing properties in it. I drank 64 ounces of green juice, just green juices itself. I drank a fatty juice with raw eggs, raw honey, raw butter. Good fat is good for your body. And so I drink that, so like 140 ounces. And then I'd go in the morning, I'd do 1 hour of sauna, infrared sauna to detoxify. In the afternoon, I'd have to do another 1 hour sauna. I have to sit in front of the sun for 1 hour. 6 days a week, I'd have to go in for a lymphatic massage. Then I'd have to get on my rebounder and clear out my lymphatic system and do jumping jacks. I did all this, never took a break. Never took a day off, never said it was too hard. I had to be disciplined. And so to get my testimony and to do what I did, and you too, you just have to live a disciplined life to be able to do that. And I said, help somebody that's in a worse case than you, and don't look to the left and don't look to the right. This one was huge. I can name very famous preachers that during my battle went home to be with the Lord who had cancer. And when I'd hear of them, I'd take a big shot. And so the enemy would lie to me and he'd tell me if they were men of God and women of God and they believed God and they had just as much faith as you're going to die too. You're going to die too. And so God taught me early that I couldn't look to the left or right because God is a just God. He's a just God. I don't know your life. I can't judge. It's like me sitting in the bleachers and trying to judge the play at home plate of baseball, calling you in or out. I'm so out of position, I don't know. I don't know. So God challenged me, don't look to the left or right. It's your story. It's your journey. You're accountable to me. You do what I tell you to do. I asked Oral one time. Oral, Oral Roberts, were you ever convinced that somebody was going to get healed and they didn't? He said, yes. He said, were you ever convinced that somebody wasn't going to get healed and they got healed? He said, yes. I said, please explain to me. He said, you know what? Healing can be a great mystery sometimes. He said, but here's how I stay faithful in the call that God called me. I stay in my lane and I let God stay in his lane. I don't go into God's lane and try to figure out what he's doing, and so we don't change lane. So that's why the left and right came to me. I can't judge my life based upon what someone else did. I can only judge my life based on what God told me to do. So I'm not going to look to the left and I'm not going to look to the right. So let me close this out now. Again, I'm so grateful that in 7 years and 3 months, I've not seen a doctor, had not had a cat. Remember I told you last night I said I used to be fit and in shape, and there was a difference between being fit and shape and being healthy. Well, today I'm healthy. Not only am I fit and shape, but at 56 years old, I'm healthier than I was when I was 46 years old. The energy that I have is my wife can't keep up with me. Nobody can keep up with me because I'm putting right fuel into me. And that's what you could get out of your life when you begin to do that. So what did you do, Dave? What do you do? Well, here's a natural thing of what I do, okay? So I wake up around 4:30 or 5. So I woke up today around 4:30. And what I do is I have some mineral synergies with about 17 minerals. I put some coconut butter in there. I put 3 essential oils in there. I put some turmeric and I put some cinnamon. It takes the place of tea or coffee for me. It jump starts me. I do my devotionals during that time. Then I'll do a green juice blend. So again, I go to the store once a week and I load up on all my celery, all my cucumbers, all my greens with cilantro, parsley. And now I'll come and I'll juice it. So I'll juice about 12 ounces. Then I'll go and I'll work out. So I work out for about, today I did about an hour and 45-minute mountain bike ride, okay? I finished that, okay? Then I have my breakfast. My breakfast consists of raw ceviche salmon, which is full of omega-3s. Don't barf, it's a beautiful meal. But again, because I'm toxified, I appreciate it. I can appreciate it. So I have a raw, I've been doing that for 7 years and 3 months. See, I don't need a lot of variety in my diet. I just eat the same thing. You know, every once in a while, it's something different, but it's fine. I mean, like I ate last night, and I can't wait for tonight when I eat again because it's going to be the same thing, but it's going to be great. My wife listens to me and says, "You're going to eat the same thing again?" Yes. "You're going to eat that same junk again?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, then we're happy. We're both happy." But anyways. And then I have half of avocado. I have a half of avocado. Then I'll drink just water all day long. I'll just keep myself, 75% of your body is made up of water. So I'll just keep my body flushed out during the day. And then I'll eat dinner between like 3 and 4. That's when I eat dinner. So I'll have a massive salad. My salad is huge. A restaurant salad. I was with friends. I ordered double salads. I may order triple salads. So my salads are massive. So everything is organic now. It has to be organic. Now, you say, I can't afford organic. They don't have organic. When I travel, they don't have organic. That's okay then. Just eat as healthy as possible. Some is better than none. So I have a big, huge salad with everything in it, from onions to bell peppers to cucumbers to tomatoes. Mushrooms are great. So much healing agents in mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms for the Japanese, boy, they live long. They're the oldest living people on the planet because of their mushroom intake. So there's a beautiful salad, just a beautiful salad. Then I'll put like about 16 ounces of wild fish on there. Yeah, I eat a lot of wild fish. So whatever's in season, a wild albacore, wild tuna, halibut, salmon, I'll put that on. Then I'll do a smoothie. That's my dessert. I get to do a smoothie, which is raw milk, raw organic milk now I'll do. And I'll put a berry in there, about 8 ounces of berry, whatever berry I choose to want to do. Put 2 scoops of honey, 2 scoops of coconut cream, 1 scoop of butter in it. And now I blend that up. And then I put 100% Keiko chips in my smoothie thing. And then I chop up some banana, and oh my God, it is a party in your mouth. You die and go to heaven. And so if I snack, I'll snack on fruit all day long, I'll snack on nuts, and I'll snack on organic popcorn. That's my diet. And that's what I've adapted. So so I'm going to end now. I'm going to end. But here's what I would tell anybody to do. If you are fighting a sickness or disease, you really do need to go find a professional to help you walk through that. And you will for a while have to live a very restricted diet like I did. I was on a regiment. Everything was very regimental. And then I had freedom in my diet. But all things being equal, if everyone's healthy here today, here's what I would tell you. If you're basically healthy here today, here's what I would tell you to start on. I tell you to go buy a cheap juicer and begin to juice every morning. You say, I tried that juicing and it tastes so terrible. Then just put a little apple in it and it will sweeten it up, okay? I don't like that juicing because it takes so long to clean the machine. Okay, let me help you. just go get some green powder. You can go to any store. There's a lot of brands out there. It might have 12 powders that are grounded up, and just drink the powder then. Now, that's what I'll do when I travel. I can't get juicing, so I just take I'll take my mineral synergy for my morning. I'll take my green synergy to have my green in me. So I'll just take things with me. If I'm going far away, I'll just pack nuts for me, or things of that nature. I'll just take with me. So, yeah, so here's what you want to do. You want to get just a juice or green juice. That's what you're going to do, all things being equal. The second thing you're going to do is go get just a probiotic. Go get a good probiotic. If you buy a probiotic off the shelf, it's not good. A probiotic has to be refrigerated. So get a good, you get a Garden of Life, let's just say, is a good one. So just get a good probiotic, because mostly all diseases start in your gut. It's called the terrain, and you just need to keep your gut clean. So just go take a good probiotic every day. So the first thing, what are you going to do is what? Juice. What's the second thing you're going to do? Okay, here's the third thing you're going to do. You need to, this is the biggest investment, you need to invest in an infrared sauna. They come in all kinds of wood colors. It could be like 4 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet. It could seat 2 people. It plugs into 110 power. You could put it in your garage. It's a beautiful piece of furniture. You could touch it on the outside. The kids could touch it. You won't get burned. But what it does, again, most people are familiar with saunas with rocks that allow you to sweat from the skin level, the pore level. Infrared goes down into the organs and extracts. So that's the biggest investment you're going to make. You're going to buy an infrared sauna so that you can detoxify again from all our toxicity that's within our lives. And then you're going to try to the best of your ability to monitor. You don't want no refined sugar. As much as you can, you want to eliminate. You just want to have a good diet. That's all I'll say. I won't get into breads and all that. If you have to have bread, make sure it's sprouted. Ezekiel bread is wonderful. Sprouted tortillas are wonderful if you feel like you have to have that. But so the first thing you're going to do is what? Juice. Second thing you're going to do is what? The third thing you're going to do is what? The sauna. And the fourth thing you're going to do is your diet. If you do that, you will find out, you will begin to change just doing that. Thank you guys so much for listening to me and allowing me to talk to you.
Thank you so much, Diego. I know you said you built a dream team. Can you just quickly mention the role that Jordan Rubin played in being part of that team? Just in terms of how much having an expert or somebody spoke into your life to help bring these things.
Well, I was like most people, holistic, alternative, naturopathic medicine was foreign to me. All I knew is a doctor and conventional treatment. So when I looked at the doctor and he said, we're going to put you on chemo and blah, 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 and eventually based upon how I felt, it was not good. And when I saw the side effects, I said, cancer's not going to kill me. The side effects of what I'm doing is going to kill me. That's what I'm going to do. And then I challenged myself, am I feeling because of the way I'm feeling because of cancer or because of all the side effects? And I said, I'm feeling the way I'm feeling because of all the side effects. Now, what am I going to do about it? So I went to the doctor and I said, is what you're doing on me going to eradicate cancer? He says, no. I said, well, then I don't need you to experiment on me. Let me go and search out then other sources. And so that's when I went and sat down with 3 naturopathic doctors. 90% of their regimens are very much the same, which is all diet driven. They may have a supplement here or something, but all of them are mostly clean your diet, clean your diet, clean your diet. Most of them are all that way. So I went and saw 3 of them. The third one I saw was Dr. Jordan Rubin, and that's when he introduced me and Cindy to everything. He showed me how to juice, how to shop, how to sit in the sauna, and then we went on a 40-day regimen of a lot what I talked about. Then we went 2 weeks of detoxification. Here's what cancer patients are not supposed to gain weight. You're supposed to lose weight. I gained 40 pounds in 40 days. I gained 40 pounds in 40 days. Then I detoxified and lost it again. Then we went and had a CAT scan, and I only had 2 more lesions on my spinal cord. Those were the only 2 left. So then he said, I want to take you another 40 days. I went 40 days, and I went 2 weeks of detoxification. And he said, do you want to go? I said, do I need to go for a CAT scan again? He said, how do you feel? I said, I feel great. He said, well, then it's up to you whether you want to get a CAT scan again. I said, I don't want to get a CAT scan again. I said, what do I do? He said, just start adapting a healthy lifestyle. The stuff I trained you or taught you, just start doing it as a lifestyle. I said, no, I'm going to kick the devil's butt again. I'm going to do the regiment one more time. He said, you don't have to do it, Diego. I said, I need to do it based on how much he made me suffer. And I went on it one more time, and I just never looked back. So he was able to show me, because if you're going to take chemo radiation out of this hand, you got to be educated, because again, where your peace is, that's where your faith will be. What good is it to do something if you have no peace about it? Then you're not releasing any faith with it. So my faith was really in the chemo and the radiation, ultimately God, but that's what I was trusting in. And so if that was going to be taken away from me, I had to learn through knowledge and information what the regiment, and Jordan Rubin explained it to me.
Get your ministry degree and start your future with ISOM Online. The International School of Ministry is the largest video Bible college in the world, with over 330,000 students in 150 nations. For more than 25 years, we've produced dynamic training videos with the world's most influential Christian leaders, the best of the best, all selected for their exceptional ability to teach. Our expertly crafted courses are designed to help you discover your purpose and calling, become effective in ministering to others, and transform your life for the better. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to our library that you can view online at your convenience, on your time. There's no more affordable, enjoyable way to earn your ministry degree. Get your degree from the comfort of home, and tuition starts at just $49 a month. So whether it's for personal development, ministry, or spiritual growth, earn your degree and start power learning with the life-changing benefits of the International School of Ministry. The International School of Ministry. Be more.